Welcome to today's mock live class. My name is Kate Deering, Associate Director for Recruitment and Admissions with Geese Online Programs at the Geese College of Business, University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I'm thrilled to have you with us today. This session will give you a glimpse into how live lectures are delivered and a chance to experience the high engagement component within Geese Online Programs. Before we dive into the content today, let me provide just a quick overview for those of you who are new to our programs. Geese Online offers 3 master's degree programs: the IMBA, Masters of Business Administration, the IMSA, Master of Science in Accountancy, and the IMSM, Master of Science in Management. Additionally, we offer 13 graduate certificates, each consisting of 12 credit hours, which all can stack into our online master's degree programs. Our programs are designed to be fully online, very affordable, and innovative in meeting the needs of all of you, these busy working professionals. We combine foundational learning on the Coursera platform with interactive high engagement components such as a weekly 90-minute live class like our session tonight, group projects, faculty office hours, and many networking opportunities. Before we jump into today's topic, the digital marketing revolution, let's cover a few housekeeping details. If your camera is on, thank you. I encourage everyone to turn theirs on to fully engage just as you would in a live session. All participants are currently muted to minimize background noise. If our professors do invite you to speak, our technical team will unmute you. If you have a question during the session, please use the raise hand feature and we will call on you. We'll have one breakout session today where you can collaborate with other attendees, so be ready to participate. Lastly, feel free to use the chat feature throughout our session to engage with the professors and other participants. We will also save time at the end for a little Q&A. Now I'm excited to introduce 2 of our top faculty members who will guide us through today's session. Aric Rindfleisch is the John M. Jones Professor of Marketing and Executive Director of the Illinois Maker Lab at the University of Illinois. He earned a BS from Connecticut State University in 1987, an MBA from Cornell University in 1990, and a PhD from the University of Wisconsin-Madison in 1998. Aric's research currently focuses on understanding technology and innovation in the digital world and has also been published in several leading academic journals. Aric also teaches 3 popular Coursera courses, Marketing in the Digital World, the Digital Marketing Revolution, and the 3D Printing Revolution that have collectively enrolled over 600,000 learners. Joining us as well is Steve Raquel, who is a Clinical Assistant Professor of Business Administration at the University of Illinois. He actually focuses on digital marketing, social media marketing, brand strategy, and sports marketing. He holds both a BS and MS in advertising from Illinois. And in addition to teaching, he has extensive experience in marketing, working with various B2B and B2C companies. He has been recognized consistently as an outstanding teacher by the Illinois Center for Innovation in Teaching and Learning. With that, I'm excited to hand it over to Professors Rindfleisch and Raquel to kick off today's exciting session on the digital marketing revolution. Please enjoy this special fun introduction that they created for their current weekly class. Enjoy.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to learn?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Marketing in Our New Digital World. Live and in person from Champaign, Illinois, the heartland of America. Here they are, the Digital Twins. From Naperville, Illinois, superstar Steve Raquel. And from Champaign, Illinois, Aric the Rhino Rindfleisch. Here we go!
Hi, folks. Thanks for joining us. I'm Aric,
I'm Steve.
and we thank you for spending your evening with us today. And Steve, it's been a fabulous day, hasn't it?
It's great. We're also celebrating a great Illinois win last weekend.
Yeah, the Illinois football team, basketball team is usually good. Football team, not always.
Not always.
We've won 6 games so far this year,
Correct.
which is more than we've sometimes won in multiple years.
Exactly.
And we beat our arch rival, the University of Michigan.
They probably wouldn't say that, but they're our rival, sure.
Any apologies to any Michigan folks out there.
Yeah.
And we're so delighted to have you here tonight with us. What we'd like to do tonight is give you a flavor of what our course is about. The official name of our course is the New Digital Marketing Revolution. We made it a bit shorter today, got rid of the word new. And as was mentioned perhaps in some of the earlier comments, the courses that underlie the Coursera courses that provide the foundation for our IMBA course, I believe, Steve, until I'm told otherwise, it is the largest marketing course in the world.
Yeah.
And we have over 600,000 learners.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why it's popular, we're not saying it's the best, but it is the most popular, is that we add a new perspective. So most people think this is a course about digital marketing. Well, it's not really that. And those are, to be honest, Steve, kind of a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
This is really marketing in the digital course. And do the course this evening will explain what that means.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get started. Why don't we just acknowledge some of our learners here, Steve?
Yeah.
Who do we have with us today?
Let's see here. We have, I saw Jeffrey was the first person up there. Hi, Jeffrey. Good to see you. Carla was the second, I think. I see Kate and Brian, Ariel.
Yeah, we'd love to see your smiling face. So if your cameras are working and you're not...
Michael and Jackie. So thank you all for joining us for this hour. Hopefully we'll make it a fun time.
Absolutely. So here's our agenda. This is very similar to our agenda we do in our live session. So essentially we hold a live session every week which supplements the Coursera content. So some quick words of welcome, provide an essence of what is marketing and how are we treating it in this course. Then we'll engage in a brief breakout session, get a chance to answer a very important question with some of the folks who have joined you this evening. We'll come back and Steve will provide an overview of both courses, and then we'll have some time for Q&A.
Absolutely.
So if you have any questions, you're also welcome to put them to the chat, and Steve will be monitoring the chat, right, Steve?
Yep, the whole time. Well, almost the whole time.
So first of all, a bit more of a proper welcome. Where are folks from? We'd be curious to see if this demographic matches the demographics of our learners. And Steve, if I'm correct, typically when we're teaching our course, and we teach our course in March to May every year, we have about something like, 50% from Illinois.
Yeah.
Another perhaps 15, 20% from other parts of the U.S., and the remainder from outside the U.S. So I'd be interested to see if that demographic also is what we see here tonight.
All right, let's end the poll and share it. And what it looks like is, you know what? It's a little different. The state of Illinois is 18%. The other people from outside Illinois is 48%. And then we have a third of them that are international.
Well, Steve, we've been doing this for some time.
I know.
And we've taught, thousands of students, right?
Yeah.
In addition to the 700,000 we have on Coursera,
Yeah.
we've taught thousands in the IMBA.
Yeah.
So probably at this point, everybody in Illinois has an MBA already.
Probably.
We're running out of people.
That's true.
Right.
So, hey, but we still love having you. Feel free to share where you are right now. We love hearing. I saw somebody had said earlier that they're in, where was it? It was, well, not Singapore. Oh, Guinea.
Guinea.
Someone's calling from Guinea.
Not New Guinea.
No, Guinea.
Yeah, but please pop in, especially if you're overseas. Love to hear where you're from.
Absolutely.
So I imagine, Steve, there's probably many folks here who do marketing for a living. So I'm just going to set the table. We view marketing, we're just using the standard definition from the American Marketing Association, which actually was founded here many, many years ago, over 100 years ago at the University of Illinois. We were the first headquarters for the AMA. Now they're located up the road on Michigan Avenue in Chicago. And according to the AMA, marketing is the activity, institutions, and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, exchanging offerings that have value for all of these participants. So that's what marketing is. Really, if you think about the essence, really a system of exchange. And that really hasn't changed essentially. was changes the particulars, the specifics of this definition. So we've had this, and folks who have had a marketing course, this may bring back some memories. Way back since 1960, when it was first developed, right? This is older than us, Steve. We've had this marketing mix, which is sort of the facilitator of how marketing gets done. We have product, place, price, and promotion. And what's happened over the course of the digital revolution, we believe, and we can debate when that has occurred, but if we make a round number, the year 2000, so the past 25 years or so, that the way in which these 4 Ps are enacted have changed dramatically. Yeah. What we've seen happening is not just the digital, but another D, we're talking about Steve here, right? The democratization. So before, when Steve and I were in college, these 4 Ps were done by companies, and consumers responded. Now, with democratization of digital tools, many of these activities have shifted to consumers themselves. Yeah. And that's one of the dynamics we examine in this course. You can think of the digital revolution as a Godzilla, right? It certainly had that effect. And for any of you Godzilla fans, if you watch, I believe this is probably the original movie from way back, I believe 1958. If you look at any Godzilla movie, it's kind of interesting. So he'll destroy some things completely, but leave other things untouched. Yeah. And we've seen the same thing with the digital marketing revolution over the past 20 years, right, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely.
So really seeing a reformulation of information products, music, text, and video, but more physical goods haven't changed that much. So in many ways, right, we are living in this unfolding of a revolution in progress. So how we communicate. Remember these days, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Right? You may run out of gas.
Oh, yeah.
You need to find a payphone. Hopefully you have a quarter.
I do have a quarter. I was just pulling it out. I got a quarter.
You have a payphone, right, Steve?
Right.
And call for some help.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you'd be sitting there a long time.
Hopefully on the first try, because I only have 1 quarter.
So we don't see too many of these payphones, at least in the U.S. anymore. So the digital revolution has dramatically altered how we communicate. However, how we shop, and both of these photos were taken the same year. Perhaps folks can guess what year it is. Any guesses?
Ooh, let's see. Put it in the chat.
In the chat. We can come back to that. But both these photos were the same year. So while the image on the left is an anachronism, we don't see that anymore. The image on the right doesn't look that different. Right? We are still shopping in these physical carts and pulling our meat out of the refrigerated. Right?
Yep. Oh, we got some.
Right?
1963, 74, 62, 76.
1973. Who said 74? Very close.
74.
So in a sense, we have here is we have a revolution of some activities, dramatically reshaping, such as how we search for information, how we communicate with others, how we work, especially if you're a knowledge worker. I can imagine most folks here tonight. How we shop. Steve, I love that Amazon. Just press the button. It's so easy, right?
Yeah.
It's too easy.
It's almost...
I've ordered 12, I don't know about you, but I've ordered 12 things on Amazon this week.
Really?
I probably needed 2 of them, but it's just so easy. It's hard to resist. And how we think, and how we think, and especially with AI, right?
Sure. Oh, and AI is going to be.
Do we even need to think anymore?
Right.
However, on the left-hand side of the ledger, how we sleep, eat, wash, drive, hug, that really has been more of an evolution, largely untouched by this digital revolution. So our course is trying to understand, right, where we are in this process, what has changed and what hasn't, and what this means for you as marketers. That's what the course is about, right, Steve?
Absolutely.
Okay. We have our second and last poll question. One thing that we really enjoy about our course is our discussion forums. And Steve will talk more about that later. And we see in these forums a lot of ambivalence. Even though we are teaching in a digital program, a lot of ambivalence about the digital world, especially when it comes to people's children.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd like to ask you folks, how do you feel about the current state of the digital world?
Yeah.
Do we have too much digital or not enough? Please launch the second poll question.
Oh, yeah, it's been going.
It's been going?
Yeah, it's been going. We got, we're getting some good feedback.
And we've been tracking this for some time, Steve, right?
Yeah.
And we're using the word analog as a surrogate for physical.
Correct. Correct. Well, we're slowing down here. Let's see here. Let's get to, yeah, I think 96 was what we were before. So let's finish up. Let's go ahead and end the poll and share it.
You pull the trigger, Steve?
Yep.
Steve has pulled.
Too much digital. That's what they said. 41%. Just about right. I feel like we're talking about the Three Bears or whatever. Too much analog is only 13%. Okay. So it's really leaning towards about right and too much digital.
So the screen is over there on our right. So I'm looking at my glasses, Steve. It looks like top two box, we have over 50%, right?
Yep.
Have said too much digital.
Close to 50%, yes.
Well, they come out of the
too
top
much.
two boxes.
Sorry.
Too much, way too much.
Yeah.
Because
sorry.
way too much is more than too much, right?
That is correct.
I could be wrong, but way too much is more than too much.
Yes.
Right? Usually. Not always.
Yes.
Not always,
I
right?
didn't think about that.
But we got over 50% say too much or way too much, and less than 15% say too much or way too much analog.
Yeah.
Which is, this is probably the highest we've ever seen, and it goes up every year.
Yeah.
And it's kind of shocking, isn't it?
Too much analog.
Because we have mostly, young folks like Larry out there, young men and ladies, and folks who are probably living a digital life. You're probably spending most of your time. I'm shocked, Stephen, about you, but when I get these reports every week on my phone,
Yeah.
how much time I'm spending on this thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's not even counting my laptop, my iPad, or
Oh, yeah.
my Remarkable, or my car. But there is something going on. This is really what our course is about. So we like to delve deeper into this question by breaking you into a breakout session, which is a core element, probably the highlight of each of our live sessions. Usually pose a recent event, an intriguing question. We ask our learners to discuss it with their colleagues. And so our question is really a continuation of the second poll question, in which we want you to elaborate. In which ways has the digital either helped or harmed your life? I'd like to reflect both your personal life as well as your professional life. Our hope is to have 5 participants per room, so a chance to meet some new friends, and give you around 8 to 10 minutes. So according to my clock, it is 6:17
That is correct.
here in the heartland of America. When we come back around 6:25.
Perfect.
Okay? We'll see you soon.
And make sure potentially that if you want to volunteer, let us know. Try to have one person speak on
Remember
behalf.
your room number.
Yeah, and remember your room number too. All
See you soon, folks.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope. Go ahead.
Welcome back, folks.
Yeah. Well, we hope that your time together was fruitful and you enjoyed your time. If you feel like you want to share, please go into the chat and say, hey, please call on me. Happy to do that. I'd rather have volunteers than to be voluntold. So please do.
I like that.
I heard something. Okay. Oh, Andres, please unmute yourself and tell us in which ways has the digital helped versus harmed your life, whether it's home or work.
When I put out, usually we write the answers on a smart board. We're not doing that tonight. It's just a time.
Yeah.
But we are listening carefully.
Yes, absolutely. Andres, you want to share?
Hey, evening. We definitely
can hear
reached
you.
we definitely reached an agreement that there were many positive sides, but also drawbacks. Among the positives, it's totally revolutionized the way that working goes about, because the 3 of us, we work remotely. And in the case of 2 of us, we actually work for companies outside of our country, and that has actually allowed us to have better wages that we wouldn't be able to get in our country's job market. But then, also we have, in my case in particular, I've been able to continue my education. I'm not from a traditional business background, but thanks to things like Coursera or Harvard Core, I've been able to get a grasp on business and I wouldn't have been able to do it through such good institutions if I could only do it like from my local university. But then
Great, thank you.
we also realized that the digital revolution regarding the job market has also made people lose the work-life balance because we are actually working more than we did before. Once you are reachable everywhere, every time, your hours go up, and there is this lack of boundaries regarding your personal life and your work life. And some of us also pointed out that, especially on the younger generations, there's been they have started to lose some social abilities that are normally developed through interaction that they're not having due to seclusion through the use of social media, video games, such and such.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Some good stuff.
Good stuff. The pros and the cons. So what country are you calling in from?
Yeah.
I'm from Venezuela, in South America.
Well, Venezuela. Our boss is from Venezuela,
Carlos.
Carlos.
Oh, wow.
Although he lives here now.
Yes, he does.
He lives here now.
Okay, I think room 11. I see room 11. I think it's Brian. Brian, Blizzle?
It's close. It's Bleasel, but it's great for screening political telemarketers this time of year.
Okay, great. So give us your thoughts.
Yeah, it was very interesting though. My group, primarily younger people. I've got a completely different perspective than most of them. But what we had is just a couple of thoughts were, the ability to continue school and continue work, even though those are two different environments, through the pandemic. I mean, without digital, the world would have stopped. I mean, that was huge to help the world recover. And then another positive is just quick access to information that would have required a physical trip to the library. Unfortunately, I probably almost had to explain that to my colleagues in my group because they probably always had digital access. Google's been there for most of their lives. And then the negatives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Negatives, you miss out on opportunities to talk to somebody that you don't know. If you're standing in a line, you can't look down at your smartphone. You have to say, hey, hello, my name is Brian. How are you doing? And also in commerce, the difficulty of determining the authenticity of artwork, photography, or writing, or even other bodies of work. Is it AI or is that authentic from someone?
Yeah. Some good input.
Well said. Thank you for those insights. Where are you calling in from?
Raleigh, North Carolina area.
Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay,
Raleigh.
My buddy Mike Stenko is in those parts. He's on the Wild Man. Mike is a wild man.
Is he the dungeon master?
No.
Oh.
No, but we are working with the dungeon master.
Okay.
At NC State.
Okay.
NC State down there.
Okay.
The Wolfpack.
That's all about 15
All right, we
minutes
got, thank you so much. We'll go to room 13 with Dylan Lowe. Dylan, share your thoughts. Unmute yourself and share your thoughts.
Yes, sir. Hey, good evening, everyone. So just our brief thoughts. I had the pleasure of speaking with Andrew about the pros and cons. One big pro is just the absolute wealth of information that everybody has access to nowadays. But with that, it's a double-edged sword because we also experience a lot more distraction. There's more things pulling at our attention and a lot more content to go through. So for some of us, this can very much distract from our work through kind of an paralysis by analysis, in addition to all of the consistent notifications, whether it's your work email or social media. And it seems like we're more and more bombarded every year. So I don't know if this is going to get better or worse, or maybe some really smart people will help develop tools to kind of cut through the noise.
Well, thank you. Where are you calling in from?
Gainesville, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Gators.
Go
Go
Gators, right?
Gators.
All right, we're going to take one or two more, kind of depending. We'll go to Hong. Hong Yin, room 22. Please share.
All right. Hi, everybody. So there were five of us, but three of them are dropped, or I had the opportunity to talk to Deepa, and she works in finance. So a couple of our pros we identified was it does offer us the opportunity to get more work done, connecting with people and our colleagues digitally. However, there are two concerns we have. One is Deepa brought up privacy and safety, meaning that we might get fished for data that we may or may not want to share, especially she works in the finance sector. So that might be posing risk for her company and her clients. I don't really know the details, but I do agree because I work for a tech company. So you never know which email gonna shut down your computer. That's to the extent. And also in terms of my personal life, I think digital marketing has gone a little bit too far personally. I hate the fact that I go to a restaurant, I have to scan a QR code. Then what's the point of a human connection? I think that's, to me, it's a little bit too far to terms of the connections if I want to disconnect from the digital world. But that's my 2 cents.
Wonderful. And where are you calling in from?
Vancouver, Washington. It is in the States.
Oh, okay, great.
Vancouver, yes.
All right, we'll do one last one. Let's see. Roll the dice here. Sandeep. Sandeep, room 3. Let's hear from you.
Hello, everyone. So we spoke about how digital technology has really improved the lives of everyone it touches. Some of the examples given were the Tesla FSD self-driving mode, which has been kind of an amazing experience for Linda. We talked about the rise of technology and just how it's just overall impacted and bettered the lives of everyone. And from my point of view, I feel like there's always an option to engage with digital a little less if you miss analog, because digital has replaced some things in the analog world, but many things, like when you showed on your slide of evolution, these things still exist, and it's a matter of making a choice to shift from a digital experience to an analog experience if you choose to. So if there's too much digital, it doesn't mean that necessarily there's a lot less analog. It's just a matter of where we pivot our attention.
Well said. You should be teaching this course.
Seriously.
Oh, well, thank
We're
you.
about to transition into what you said, which is great.
Steve, I just point out one thing.
Sure.
If you hadn't get a chance, and many teams haven't because we have such a big crowd tonight, we'd love to hear your thoughts, so please pop them into the chat about this question. How has the digital affected your life for the good and the bad? Please pop in the chat if you haven't had a chance so far.
Yeah.
We'd love to have that discussion going as Steve is going to wrap up by telling you about a bit more detail what our courses entail.
What we do here, so what you see here is the breakdown of our 8-week class. So we do a 4-week class on what we call the digital marketing revolution, and then on the next 4 weeks are marketing in a digital world. Now, you may think, oh my gosh, can we do this in 8 weeks? But we'll show you how different these two classes really are and kind of what our focus is on. And I think you'll be pretty impressed. As we've talked already, we're talking about digital and analog in a way that, we don't usually do it. As Aric said, you're not going to expect to have social media and digital media, but much more.
And Steve, there is no other course like this in the world.
Absolutely.
Not to say that the ideas themselves are not out there, but I think what's unique about this course is that we've packaged. We went out there, we grabbed a bunch of ideas that perhaps haven't been related together, and we put them in a convenient package for you folks. And people seem to like that packaging.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're kind of like a museum of ideas, right? We've curated these different collections.
Yes.
But in a way that people say, hey, I like how this arrangement worked. It works for me.
Well, and just so you know, Aric and I just wrapped up updating the content in this class. So it's not as dated.
It is fresh.
It is much more fresh. All right. So let me talk a little bit about the first 4 weeks. And then what you'll see on your screen is kind of an overview of how we break down the impact of the digital on the analog. So as you see here, we talk about it in 4 ways. And I'll try to summarize
So
this
this is
really
the
quickly.
digital marketing revolution course.
Yes, this is the digital marketing revolution. So we talk about how digital has either has dominated, resisted, has synergy, or is transformational. And underneath that, you'll see some kind of mathematical signs. So what we're trying to talk about is that the analog or the digital in domination is greater than the analog. And with resistance, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
And then synergy is really kind of blending the two. And then lastly, it's analog either adding or subtracting digital to get something new, right? Underneath that, for each of the weeks, we talk about the silos here for domination. We talk about domination in terms of efficiency or democracy. So for example, it's efficient. The example I give, Instructables is not mine, but is the iPass. So before having the iPass, I had to have the change, right? For those of you who do. Now if you have the iPad.
So what is the iPass?
Oh, sorry, the iPass is the tracker that allows you to go through toll booths, right, without having to sit down.
Now it's
and
just
wait.
a sticker.
Yeah, mine's still a little
Sticker with
box.
a code.
Yeah. And so it's now really efficient, right? That digital transformation is efficient. On the democracy side, as Aric said earlier, it's about allowing everybody equal voice. And so the example we give here is Rotten Tomatoes, where it's not, Cisco and Ebert, right? And Ebert was one of our alums.
No one knows what you're talking about.
I know.
This 1980s references.
Almost to 2000.
But these are famous
Yes.
movie critics
Very famous movie
who
critics.
told America every Sunday night what to think
what
about
to
the
see,
movies.
right.
What to think, yeah.
And now we have Rotten Tomatoes where you and I can go in there and we, give input.
Yeah.
Same things like Amazon Answers or TripAdvisor. On the resistance side, it's really about what the need for physicality. The need for the analog in terms of physicality. An example that we give is vinyls, right? Vinyl records. It's coming back. People, all of a sudden, my kids want vinyl, physical things to touch. And then protection is about if it needs to be in a physical form, because if it was in a digital, it could be hacked.
A great example is people talking about some dispute about physical. Do we need physical voting or
Yeah.
a trace? Right?
Absolutely.
Can these voting machines be hacked?
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Probably should move on to the
Yeah.
other course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the other two is kind of the same thing. Not same
More
thing,
of the
but
same.
More of the same.
More of the same.
But it's exciting because you get to absolutely look at your life and what's going on and see the world in a different way. Now, just a real quick overview. In terms of digital and analog relations, we talk about dominance. Digital is preferred to the analog. Resistance, analog is preferred to the analog.
Oh, it should be digital. The
Digital,
typo is
oh my gosh.
Analog's
Preferred
preferred
to the digital.
digital.
3, the synergy. Digital combines with the analog to form something new. And transformation, digital alters the analog in either form or function.
That's a one typo. We usually have one typo a night. That was a one typo.
That is on you, not me. Thank goodness. All right. So the second 4 weeks is about the impact of the digital revolution on marketing.
This is the marketing in the digital world course.
Yes, marketing in the digital world. And basically what we do is we talk about the impact of it on the 4 Ps. And so as you can see here, we talk about the product, the promotion, the placement, and pricing. And just to get through it pretty quickly, here's the impact. Products, moving from firm creation to co-creation. So what ends up happening, if I go back here, is on products, customer co-creation. Now we have brands where the brands has created what they think we needed. Now they're engaging with us to create new things. Secondly, promotion, moving from selling products to telling stories. With the advent of social media, TikTok, Instagram, influencers, that's what promotion has changed.
UGC.
UGC.
And now we got AI.
Yeah,
UGC.
oh my gosh, yeah. And we do talk about AI.
And UGC.
Third one is placement, moving from long channels to short channels. And one of the things that Aric is very well known for is the Maker Lab, which is a 3D Maker Lab. And it allows, 3D printing allows you to print things from anywhere in the world right in front of you.
Turn your ideas into objects.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Is that patented? Trademarked? Whatever. And then pricing is moving from fixed to flexible pricing. So we talk about it in terms of freemium and then pay what you want, because those are things that right now could happen. And so those are the 4 Ps on the second side that we want to share with you.
Reinventing the 4 Ps.
We are reinventing the 4
Updating
Ps.
for a digital age.
Yeah. And so the way that we run our class, we have 5 key systems to help you get the most out of these classes. One is, of course, we use Coursera. You watch all the videos there. There's lots of tools and lots of stories there. Aric and I both, present. Canvas is kind of, the way that we interact with you with the homework and really certify your knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So
everyone gets access to Coursera.
Yep.
Right, around the world. But if you're in the IMBA program as a student, you also have access to the Canvas platform as a bonus.
Yes, absolutely. And then YellowDig is our discussion module. And YellowDig is something that's relatively new, and it's just a really good way for everybody to share their ideas in a very interactive and searchable way.
Gamified a little bit too.
Yeah,
right?
it's gamified. You get points for contributing or responding. And as you can see, the golden nugget here is the live sessions. Your time with me and Aric once a week to experience that fellowship, to be able to talk, to give your input, to talk to other people, and to kind of take whatever we're learning for that week and then bring it into the classroom and really kind of deep dive a little bit more, right? And then lastly, we have office hours. Aric and I kind of share.
I do Mondays. You
I
do
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, and it's really an opportunity for you to kind of pick our brain, to help you with your homework, to be able to just be able to give us your thoughts. And we don't have a lot of people who go to office hours, so we would love to have you there.
We'd love to have you there.
Yeah, on both of us.
Please
right?
come.
Please do. So, course dates for this next year, March 15th to May 9th, right? Goes straight through. We have weekly quizzes, case studies, an exercise quiz, and it's really there to help you kind of, go through the information.
And that's in the Coursera
That's in
portion.
the Coursera.
So you have to
right?
pass those at, I believe it's a 70% threshold. And so everyone has to take the Coursera content.
Yeah.
And then in addition, we have also the Canvas platform.
Absolutely. And the Canvas platform is where YellowDig lives, the individual assignments and the team video. And our final in this is we'll put you in our groups and you basically create a video based off of one of the contents or a topic that you run through all of it.
And most importantly, Steve, it's not what we have, but what we don't have. No exams.
Oh, yeah.
I'm proud that I haven't given an exam in close to 20 years now.
Good for you.
And the reason, Steve, I realized years ago that students hated taking them and I hated grading them. So why do something that we both hate?
That's true.
So instead of an exam, you have an opportunity to contribute to the digital world
Yeah.
by making a cool team video. And every year they get better and better.
They are awesome.
And a good chance to
Awesome.
enhance your digital skills.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have our 2 live sessions, one on Thursday night, another on Friday morning, and our office hours are Monday and Tuesday. Now, deliverables, as we've talked about, YellowDig, low-key, gamified.
Every week.
Every week. And then we have 4 individual assignments, which kind of bunch up our topics. So it allows you to take 2 weeks of stuff and then apply
Every
it.
other week.
Every other week?
And essentially what we're asking is that you find an example for one of the concepts that has been talked about in those prior 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You give us your example to apply course concepts, and that is probably 2 or 3 hours at most.
Yeah.
2 to 3 hours of your time every week. And then we have the team video.
Yep, which is great. You're put in a group, you figure out what you want to do. Usually it's pretty straightforward. People have a lot of fun with it. And we actually award people some things when they win.
And we grade them ourselves, Steve.
We do
We
grade them.
also have some milestones, and
Yep.
we'll check in and make sure you're on the right track.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things that we do during the live session is a segment that I call Where is Professor Steve? This is my opportunity to share with you whatever that topic is of the week and how it kind of evolves out of my own life. So this one is one of those weeks that we want to share you. Let's go ahead and watch it.
Where in the world is Professor Steve?
Hey everybody, I am at the NCAA Final Four tailgate, and there's some indoor and outdoor activities, and I'm showing you a little bit of what's going on, but I wanted to show you something about Synergy today that I think is really great. While there were plenty of analog experiences to be had, one sponsor, Samsung, decided to embrace the digital and take my experience playing basketball to another level. You won't believe the results. Take a look.
That's from week 4.
Yeah.
Steve, that's, every time I see it, I like it more and more. Well, I don't understand. It just hit me today. I've seen that video a few times. Why are you coming out of a refrigerator?
Well, that's what was being promoted, was the refrigerator. So I don't know. That's how it was built. So when you were there, they had refrigerators all over the
little
place.
mini digital Steve.
Yeah.
Behind my eggs somewhere.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
Might be.
Okay.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a great time.
And Stephen, talk about our course goals.
Yeah, course goals. We have 3 things every week. We want to learn, as you can imagine, have fun, and really we want you to make friends. As you can, it's a great time. People enjoy being there. I guess
That's it.
really.
That's all we wanted to say.
Yeah. If we would love to take your questions
Now
now.
to save some time here. We got about 10 minutes according to my clock. And if you have any questions, we'd love to try to answer them. Please don't ask us anything hard.
No.
There was one question in the chat. What percentage of your course is on Coursera? Like as far as the total work in the class?
Oh.
Or here's what I think about it. That's a good question. Maybe Steve can think about that. I think the way to think about it, maybe not in percentage terms, but in terms of the process. So all of the content is on Coursera. If you believe Coursera, they've added up the time required to watch the videos. We have about 10 videos per week and some readings. Yeah. And it's about usually about 75 minutes of video per week. And if you do the readings, probably another 75 minutes. Probably, I would say no more than 2.5 hours of actual time spent to absorb the content on Coursera per week. And that's pretty consistent. Yeah. We have the same structure each and every week. Then on top of that, you'll have some short quiz, 10-question quiz each week, doesn't take very long, and then some additional assignments. So adding everything up, no more than 5 hours a week per week on Coursera. And with the actual Canvas portion for credit, the credit portion, yeah, I'd probably say double that. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little weird because you are spending so much on Coursera for the content, but you're spending more time on Canvas doing the work.
Yeah.
So it kind of evens out in my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
So the good part is you can consume the media as you need to, right?
Yeah, and I spend probably about, just on discussion forums myself, Steve, I probably will spend, like same as you, 4 or 5 hours a week on discussion forums, because there's some really great discussion there.
Absolutely.
So you may actually find that you're spending a lot of time and maybe you're watching less YouTube and doing more yellow dig.
Yeah, true. Keith, do you want to send out the next question, or you want us to look on the screen?
It's up to you. I think there's another great one. What are you best known for in regards to digital work outside of University of Illinois?
What do we? No one's ever asked that question before.
Your research, possibly.
I don't have research.
Don't say that, Steve.
I have a TikTok handle, so that's pretty good.
Well, I think that to be honest with you, I think by far, I've been a professor now for almost 30 years, academic for longer than that if you count my time as a doctoral student. And to be honest with you, Steve, I've reached so many more people on this Coursera platform
Oh yeah, you're a rock star.
than all of my, and it's you as well. We've reached so many people on this platform, much more than any of my research. And in fact, when I go to academic conferences, I'll have other faculty of the schools come to me and say, I'm in your course.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think one of the things is you've seen
Yeah.
is our course is taught differently than what you would think
Yeah.
digital is.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we could do if we lived a few that could top this course. So I'd say we're both best known for is this course right here.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. You know, and we have the luxury of it being a very popular course and continues to be.
But if you are, and Steve is, clinical faculty, said he doesn't, need to do research. But if you are interested in my research, just go to Google Scholar and type in my name, Aric Rindfleisch with an A, and you can read all my papers.
Yeah.
They're all there. And if you have a favorite one, please let me know.
Yeah. Let's see here. There are a couple other questions here. You want to scroll up? I think there were a couple that we missed. I'm not sure who has the control on that. Okay. Well, there are, in terms of examples of the types of videos, we always make them available. We actually run a contest at the end of the semester. We have the
Awards.
top ones. Yeah, we give awards away, which is great. So we have, funniest, most original, those type of
Yeah,
things.
what we ask in the video is that you profile a company and apply the concepts in our course to a company. The most common one probably is Spotify. You get a lot of Trader Joe's,
Yeah.
Nike,
Uber,
popular.
or Tesla,
Peloton,
yeah.
usual suspects.
Yeah, and I think there was somebody asked about the type of assignments. The thing is that our assignments, for the most part, we say, here's what we're learning. You find the thing that makes the most sense to talk about. So we want to make sure that you're applying it to whatever you're doing. And some people, take it and say, hey, I want to talk about my company and what my company is doing in this.
And we know the deal, Steve, right? 50 is the new 30.
Oh.
Orange is the new black, right? B is the new A, right? When I first started teaching years ago, about 20% of the class would get A's. And we've had some serious grade inflation since then. You guys know the deal. People, this is not a hard course.
It is not a hard
Not a
course.
hard course.
We try to make it fun. We try to make it applicable. We hope that you,
We're not trying to mess
enjoy it.
anybody up.
Yeah, so it's really good. Let's see here. You're going to include practical strategies for the digital marketing,
Yes,
like
yeah.
software introductions or something.
Every single video. Every single video of our deeper, so you talked about these deeper dive concepts like democracy, right? And we end each video with a set of 4 recommendations.
Yeah. Let's see here. Whoa, there's a whole bunch here that we're looking on the screen. So quickly, Sandeep, an example of the homework assignment would be we'd say, hey, you have, let's see here. We'll go back to this one. The first assignment will be domination or resistance. So you give us an example of domination or resistance and talk about it in terms of efficiency, physicality, democracy, or protection. Tell us the analog and the digital benefits about it, and then how to market it better.
Yeah.
That's what we do. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, find an example that we haven't discussed in class,
Yeah.
and give us your thoughts.
Yeah. So again, we're giving it back to you to tell us what you think, how it applies. All right. Let's go. Kate, do you see anything here that you feel like we need to answer?
Or folks
I
can
think
raise your hand.
Yeah, feel free to unmute yourself, and if anybody else has any questions, I think we've
We have time for at least a couple more
Answer.
questions.
all of them in the chat.
So Cecilia, I think that's a good question about your digital marketing course versus like a Google digital marketing and e-commerce.
This course is rated higher.
And
We beat both Google and Facebook.
yeah, we have.
If you go to, there's a nice website called classcentral.com, which compiles all of the different platforms. Coursera, edX, Udacity. And I believe, that's why I check, Steve. I don't check every day. There were Class Central listed over 6,400 marketing courses.
Okay.
And our 2 courses, right?
Yeah.
Marketing Digital Marketing Revolution, are ranked number 2 and 3,
Okay.
and both Google and Facebook are
Behind it.
behind us.
Okay. There was a question here. Let's go up a little bit. Could you do that to answer? There was nope. The thing I was going to say is the Google and e-commerce one are practical, so they get into the weeds. So if you take 543, which is digital marketing, I think that's the thing that you would probably expect most when you think about digital marketing. That's the big difference. You're going to walk away with, oh, I can do analytics. Oh, I can.
We should point out that some of the more traditional concepts, like analytics, search engine optimization, SEO, and social media marketing, is included in other courses that follow in our specialization.
Yes.
Right? So we kick off with a broader, more strategic view, which is probably the major difference, right?
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Please raise your hand or type it into the chat. We're happy to answer for you.
I have a question for you, Steve.
Ooh.
What is your favorite part about teaching in the IMBA?
Ooh, favorite part is the people I meet from all around the world. It's really amazing. I'm actually going to the Philippines in a week and a half, and we're going to host some Filipinos who are in the program, and that's great. I love doing that, and I know
That should be an episode for Where is Steve?
Yeah, well, trust me, I got stuff that I'll be updating my
There's
first
some new
release.
stuff on tap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. Okay. Do you actually is that the question? Do you actually get a grade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Coursera gives you a numerical score,
Yeah.
but it doesn't carry forward. So my understanding is, as part of the IMBA program, that just counts as pass and fail. So your grade for the program is your grade in the IMBA course, not the Coursera portion.
And Jeffrey, we just updated both right over the last 2 years. So we did the first 4 2 years ago, last 4 this year, and it usually they try to update it every 3 years. So right now we're in a good place.
I think we have one last question from Luis, who has raised his hand and is ready to
Oh,
unmute
great.
himself, and then we'll probably wrap up.
Nice.
Yes,
great.
That was my name in Spanish class in 8th grade.
thank you so much for your time
Yeah.
this evening. Based on what I'm hearing so far, it seems to me, please correct me if I'm wrong, that the content of the class is more than just marketing, but it's just like digital versus analog in general, or is it, specifically marketing, or does it encompass more than marketing?
It's a good question. I mean, if I could respond, what else is there but marketing? So have you heard of Peter Drucker, Luis? Peter Drucker?
Mm-mm.
He was a famous management theorist. He lived for a very long life, passed away a few years ago. Peter Drucker said there are 2 functions of a company, marketing and innovation. And as marketing people, we think he's right. So if you think about marketing as a system of exchange, transacting exchanges, I think what you would find is that you're right, this course is broad, but everything that we talk about is under that broader umbrella of things that facilitate exchanges and the surrounding, antecedents and outcomes. So if you got to think about kind of the broader customer journey, I would think you could find at least, if not a direct link, a secondary link to marketing. But of course, we have perhaps a broader view of marketing than most people.
Yeah.
And essentially, other than marketing innovation, everything else is kind of scorekeeping, right? So we're kind of bullish on marketing.
Yeah, and the way that I would add it is I look at 545 as one of 3 of the digital focused classes, right? Ours tends to be, in a sense, putting on a lens to look at the digital analog in a way you have it. So we don't go into, how things are done per se. We don't, unlike 543, which teaches you about social media marketing, doing digital plans, and then 542, which is structured and unstructured data, going through analytics, right? So you get all of it, but ours is not the way that we want it to be different.
So we're just one part of it. Did that answer your question, Luis?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your question. Where are you calling in from?
Dallas, Texas.
Oh, Dallas. Wow.
Big D,
Big day.
A-double-L-A-S. All
Well,
right.
we
Okay,
got
are we out of time?
I think we
Thank you.
are. I just wanted
More
to
in
say,
overtime here. Folks, thank you so much. If we could be of further help, please send us an email. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
And we hope to see you in our class.
Hope to see you in class
Soon.
in the spring.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for coming.
thank you, Professor Rindfleisch and Professor Raquel, for this great session. I hope everyone enjoyed this mock class, which will be very similar to a live class that you would experience within Geese Online programs. If you liked the content today, you can apply to take this as an individual course. You could enroll in a graduate certificate in digital marketing, or you could specialize in digital marketing in the IMBA program. So November 7th is our next deadline to apply to the IMBA, IMSM, and IMSA programs for a January start with no application fee. You could also apply by December 5th to start with just that single course or a graduate certificate in digital marketing. If you'd like to have a conversation with an admission counselor, feel free to scan the QR code on your screen so we can discuss Geese business and how we can help you reach your professional goals. Thank you again to everyone for being here today, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Bye.